Fine, guys. Uh, let's start the session. Let me go and open one notepad. Go and open one notepad. And let me keep here. What is the agenda for today's classes? What is the agenda for today's classes? So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about complete introduction to Microsoft Power Platform. So in today's class, in the next coming 60 minutes of time, so we'll go and discuss in detail about what is Power Platform. So now what we'll discuss here is we'll understand what type of software the Power Platform, what we can do with the help of Power Platform software, and also we'll understand who will use the Power Platform software, and also we'll try to understand who will hire the Power Platform developers. So in detail about Microsoft Power Platform, we'll discuss now in today's class. So first, let me go and list out the different points. What the different points we'll go and discuss now in today's classes. Let's say the first point we'll try to understand now in today's class is what is Power Platform. The second point we'll try to understand now in today's class is what is meant by business applications. What is meant by business applications. And next, the next point we'll understand now in today's class, that is how to implement the business applications, how to implement this business applications using Power Platform software. So how to go and implement this business applications using Power Platform. And next, the next point we'll try to understand in today's class is Power Platform architecture. Power Platform architecture. So let me show you the Power Platform architecture, guys. What is the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform? Let me show you the architecture now. Let me show you the architecture. Now, this is what the Power Platform architecture. So you'll understand what is the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform by the end of this today's class. You'll understand what the Power Platform architecture by the end of this today's class. Fine. So these are the different points we'll go and cover now in today's class. Now, among all those, first let me go and discuss about what is Power Platform. First point, let me keep here. What is Power Platform? Now try to understand, guys, at an high level. Let me go and keep here. At an high level, let me go and keep here what we can do with the help of Power Platform. What is Microsoft Power Platform? Let me go and keep here, guys. For now, just keep in mind what things we can implement with the help of Power Platform. So with the help of Power Platform, within the Power Platform, we are able to create the apps. And within the Power Platform, we are able to do some automations. And within the Power Platform, we are able to create the websites. And within the Power Platform, we are able to store the data. It lacks as one data source. Within the Power Platform, we are able to do the data analysis. We are able to do what? Data analysis. And within the Power Platform, we are able to create some chartboards. We are able to create what? Chartboards. So these are the 6 things are the components. These are the 6 things are the components we are able to implement within the Power Platform. So within the Power Platform, for now, just keep in mind what we can do with the help of Power Platform. We are able to create the apps. Within the Power Platform, we are able to do some automations. We are able to create what? Websites. We are able to store what? Data. We are able to do what? Data analysis. And we are able to create what? Chartboards. So how to go and implement all these 6 components within the Power Platform software, you'll understand. By the end of this today's class, you'll come to know. But now, at a high level, just try to understand what a Power Platform can do, or what we can do with the help of Power Platform softwares, right? And now, along with this, 2 more points we'll try to understand now in today's class. 2 more points we'll try to understand now in today's class. That is, the next point we'll understand who will use the Power Platform software? Who will use what? Who will use the Power Platform software? And next point we'll try to understand is hire who will hire the Power Platform developers? Who will hire the Power Platform developers? So these 2 points also will go and discuss now in today's class. Fine. So now these are the points we'll discuss, guys. So I'm listing out what are the different points we'll go and cover now in today's class. So now among all those, first let me go and discuss about what? First let me go and discuss about who will use the Power Platform and who will hire the Power Platform developers. First we'll try to understand these 2 points, guys. First we'll try to understand these 2 points. Now let me go and keep here. First point we'll try to understand who will use the Power Platform software. Let's say who will use the Power Platform software means, let's say, if there is any company, whatever the company it is, guys, you can take any company. What the companies will do, the companies will do some business. Now, let's take well-known companies for us. Let's take an example of well-known companies for us. Amazon. Amazon is one company. They're doing what business? Amazon is doing some e-commerce business. And let's take some other company like ICICI. ICICI is one company. They're doing what business? They're doing some banking business. And let's take Swiggy. Swiggy is some other company. They're doing what business? They're doing some food business. So like this, if you take any company, guess whatever the company it is, what the companies will do? The companies will do some business. Okay, fine. We know that companies will do some business here. Now, let's take an example of Amazon company is there. Amazon company is doing what kind of business? E-commerce business. So now, do you think that in the initial days, when the Amazon wants to start the e-commerce business, so do you think that Amazon company directly will go and start doing the e-commerce business? Do we think that Amazon company directly will go and start doing the e-commerce business means? No. So no, guys, not only Amazon. Let's take ICICI. ICICI company directly will go and start doing the e-commerce business? No. If you take Swiggy, Swiggy company directly will go and start doing the food business? No. So before going to start the business, what the companies need to do here is, before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some applications. Companies need to go and implement what? They need to go and implement some applications. Now, what applications the companies need to implement? So I'm telling that before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some applications. Let's take Amazon. Now, before going to start the e-commerce business, Amazon company need to go and implement some applications. Now, what applications the companies need to implement before going to start the business? So companies need to go and implement what applications means. They need to go and implement the business applications, guys. They need to go and implement what? Business applications. So before going to start the business, there is no doubt if there is any company, before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? The companies need to go and implement some applications. Before going to start the business, try to understand, guys. The companies need to go and implement what? Business applications. Okay, fine. Now, next point we need to understand here, what are called as business applications? What are called as business applications? Let me give an example, guys. Let's take Amazon. Now, let me give an examples of business applications for Amazon. Let's take Amazon company is there. Now, Amazon company will have some apps or not? Yes or no? Amazon company will have some apps or not? Yes. Amazon company will have some apps. Amazon company will have the websites or not? Yes. So Amazon company will have the chatbots or not? Yes. Nowadays, companies are creating chatbots, guys. What is meant by chatbot? I think few people are not able to understand. You'll come to know, guys. What's meant by chatbots, I'll discuss. So next, Amazon company will go and perform some automations or not? Yes, Amazon company will go and perform some automations. Next, Amazon company will have the data sources or not? Yes, data sources they'll have. And next, Amazon company will do the data analysis. Yes, they'll do the data analysis also. So all these are called as business applications, guys. That means whatever the applications you are going to use within your business, those are called as business applications. Let's take Amazon. Amazon company will have the app or not? Yes, Amazon company will have the apps. Amazon company will have the websites or not? Yes, Amazon company will have the website. Amazon company will have the chatbot or not? Yes, they'll have the chatbot. Now, Amazon company will do the automations or not? Yes, they'll do some automations. Amazon company will have the data sources or not? Yes. So Amazon company is doing the e-commerce business. So to store their business data, they need to have what? Data sources. Amazon company will analyze their business data, means yes, to take the better decisions, Amazon company will analyze their business data. So all these are called as business applications, guys. There is no doubt. If you take any company, whether it is Amazon, ICICI, Swiggy, or something else, any company if you take, if the company wants to start any business, before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement what? Companies need to go and implement the business applications. Now, what are called as business applications? All these are called as business applications. So now we understand before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement some applications. So now these are called as business applications. Now, how to implement all these business applications, guys? So in order to go and implement all the business applications, we need to have one software. So what the software nowadays the companies are using in order to go and implement all these business applications is, companies are using which software? Companies are using what? Power Platform software, right? Let me keep that point here, guys. So now we understand who will use the Power Platform software. Now, who will use the Power Platform software? As we understand, if there is any company, if the company wants to start any business, before going to start the business, companies need to implement some applications. To implement that applications, companies are using which software? Power Platform software. Okay, fine. We understand who will use the Power Platform software. And also one more point we understand, guys. One more point we understand. Power Platform software is used for what? One more point we understand. Using Power Platform, you can implement what? Power Platform is used to implement the business applications. Once after implementing the business applications, with the help of the business applications, companies will start doing what? Companies will go and start doing the business, right? So we understand who will use the Power Platform, and also Power Platform software is used for what? To implement the business applications, right? And now the next point we need to understand here, who will hire the Power Platform developers now? Who will hire the Power Platform developers? For this question also the answer will be same. So which company is using, let me keep here, which company is using Power Platform software to implement what? To implement the business applications. Which company is using the Power Platform software to implement what? Business applications. The same company will go and hire whom? The same companies will go and hire the Power Platform developers. So who will hire the Power Platform developers means which company is using the Power Platform software, the same company will go and hire the Power Platform developers. Okay, fine. Now, why? Next point we need to understand here, why these companies are hiring the Power Platform developers? Because, let me keep here, guys. Why the companies are hiring the Power Platform developers means, because this Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform software. Now, with the help of Power Platform software, Power Platform developers will go and implement what? With the help of Power Platform software, Power Platform developers will go and implement what, guys? They'll go and implement the business applications. Now, with the help of that business applications, companies will start doing what? Business. Companies will start doing what? Business, right? Now we understand who will use the Power Platform software, why they will use, and also we'll understand who will hire the Power Platform developers, right? So now from here, we understand who will use the Power Platform and also what the Power Platform can do. Also, we understand who will hire the Power Platform developers. Okay, fine. So let me keep one point here, guys. From here, we come to know that, so nowadays, companies are using the Power Platform software. Implement what? To implement the business applications. So we come to know nowadays companies are using the Power Platform software to implement what? Business applications. Right. Fine. Now, from here, we need to understand two more points, guys. What we need to understand from here is, I said that before going to start the business, companies need to go and implement what? Business applications. Now, why? Why the companies need to go and implement the business applications before going to start the business? It's the need. What is the need of implementing the business applications before going to start the business? And next, second point, we need to understand how to implement these business applications using Power Platform. How to implement the business applications using Power Platform. These 2 points we need to understand now. So let me go and keep those 2 points here. First point, we need to understand what is the need of business applications. What is the need of business applications? And next point, we'll understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. How to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. So these 2 points we need to understand now, right? So first, let me go and discuss about what is the need of business applications. Why the companies need to go and implement these business applications before going to start the business. Let me keep here, guys. What is the reason behind this? Because business applications are used to implement. These are used to implement or streamline. What you want to streamline? Streamline the business process of an organization. Simple point. What is the need of implementing the business applications means? Because business applications are used for what? These are used to implement or streamline. Now, what you want to streamline here? I want to streamline the business process of an organization. So every organization will have some business process, guys. There is no doubt. Let's take Amazon. Amazon company will have some business process or not? Yes, Amazon company will have their own business process. Let's take ICICI. ICICI company will have the business process or not? Yes. If you take Swiggy company will have the business process or not? Yes. So every company will have some business process, guys. Now, I want to streamline that business process. What I need to do? I need to go and streamline the business process now. Now, if you want to streamline the business process, of an organization, then must and should we need to go and make use of what? Must and should we need to use the business applications. With the help of that business applications, we are going to streamline the business process of the organization. Simple point, guys. This is what the need of implementing the business applications. Okay, we understand what is the need of business applications. These are used to streamline the business process. Now, from here, we need to understand one more point. What is in the business process now? Actually, business process means what? Let me keep here the simple definition. Business process will involves in multiple activities, tasks, and rules that are used to implement the process of an organization. That are used to implement the process of an organization. Let me explain what it means here, guys. As a business process will involves in multiple activities, tasks, and rules. So there is no doubt, if you are doing some business means in your business, we'll perform some multiple activities and we'll do some multiple tasks. While doing these multiple activities and tasks, we need to follow some rules here. So all these are for what? What is the need of implementing this multiple activities, tasks, and rules means? All these are used to implement the process of the organization, right? So we understand what is the need of business applications, and also we understand what is meant by business process. And now the next point, we need to understand how to implement the business applications how to implement what? The business applications using Power Platform. So before going to understand how to implement these business applications using Power Platform, so we need to understand one more point here. Before going to understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform, we need to understand one more point here, guys. What we need to understand here is, while implementing these business applications, there is one process we need to follow. So it is not recommended to implement the business applications by your own. So what process it is? We'll call it as business applications process. We'll call it as what? Business applications process. While implementing the business applications, there is one process we need to follow. That the process we'll call it as business applications process. Now let me show you that process, guys, how the process will look like. Let me go and open the architecture of business applications process. Let me go and open the architecture of business applications process. All right. Now try to understand. This is what the business applications process architecture. So if you want to implement the business applications for any company, then there is no doubt you need to go and follow this process, guys. You need to implement this process. So now, while implementing the business applications, so what's the first step we need to keep in mind? First, we need to start implementing what? While implementing the business applications, first we need to start with front end. If you can observe in the real-time scenarios also, if the company wants to start any business, first they will go and start with front-end applications, guys. First they will start with what? Front-end applications. Front-end applications means what? Is the first step. Front-end applications means what? Which applications comes under the front-end? Any guess? Apps, websites, and then chatbots. These three will come under the front-end. Front-end means whatever the things the users are able to see with their eyes, those comes under the front-end. And next, once after implementing this front-end applications, next step 2 is what? Second step is we need to go and implement the data sources. Step 2 is what? We need to go and implement the data sources. Right. This is my step 2. Step 2 is used to implement the data sources. Now, what is meant by data sources? Data sources is nothing but place where the companies will store their business data. Place where the companies will store their business data. Once after implementing the data sources, next third step is what? Next third step is doing the automations. Implementing what? Automations. So this is the third step. The third step is implementing what? Automations. And next, finally, the fourth step is what? Finally, the fourth step is data analysis. Finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Now, data analysis means what? Data analysis means showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. In simple words, we can say data analysis means what? Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Now see, all these are the visuals, guys. These are all the visuals. So showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports, we'll call it as data analysis. This is what's meant by data analysis. Right. So now we understand how this business applications process is involved in how many steps? We come to know this business application process, how many steps involved here? 4 steps. So now let me give a conclusion again. So we come to know that business applications process is a 4-step process. So what's the first step here? First, we need to start with front end. Front end means creating the apps, websites, and then chatbots. Now, once after implementing the front application, second, we need to go and implement what? Data sources. Data sources is the place where the companies will store their business data. Next, third, we need to go and implement what? Automations. Third one is what? We need to go and perform some automations. And finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Data analysis means what? Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. We'll call it as data analysis. So these are the steps involved in this. So we come to know that business applications process is a how many step process? It's a 4-step process. Now, while implementing the business applications, there is no doubt. First, you need to start with front-end applications only. So let's say you are not starting with front-end. Suppose, assume that you want to start with data analysis first. You want to start with what? Data analysis first. So now it is possible to perform the data analysis first means no. You are not able to do the data analysis, guys. You are not able to perform it. Why? Because to perform the data analysis, must and should we need to have what? Data sources. Must and should we need to have what? Data sources. And without having the data sources, you are not able to do the data analysis. And if you have the data sources, you can do the data analysis means no. Again, it is not possible. So again, this data sources will depends on what? Front-end applications. This data sources will depends on what? Front-end. And okay, if you have the front-end applications, data sources, and data analysis, the process will be done? No. There is something called automation. So these automations are also, sometimes it depends on the data sources, and sometimes it depends on the front-end applications. So what we understand here now, whatever the 4 steps involved in this business applications process, these 4 steps are connected with each other, guys. Each and every step is connected with each other. So how these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, you'll come to know, you'll understand. So why, how the data analysis depends on the data sources, and how the data sources depends on the front-end applications. So you'll come to know. For now, keep in mind, this 4-step business applications process, this 4-step process is connected with each other. Each and every step is connected with another step, guys. So how these 4 steps are connected with each other, you'll understand, you'll come to know. Fine. So let me go and mention that points here, guys. So we come to know business applications process is a how many step process? It is a 4-step process, right? Now, what are the 4 steps involved in this? Step 1 is what? Let me mention those. Step 1 is front-end applications. Step 2 is what? Data sources. And step 3 is what? Automations. And finally, step 4 is what? Data analysis. So these are the 4 steps involved in this. Now, how these 4 steps are connected with each other, you'll understand, guys. One by one, we'll understand. We'll discuss about what's meant by front end. We'll discuss about what's meant by data sources. We'll understand what's meant by automations. We'll understand what's meant by data analysis. We'll come to know. Each and every step we'll discuss. And also, we'll understand how this data, why this data analysis depends on the front end. Sorry, why this data analysis depends on the data sources, and why this data sources also, this data sources depends on the front end applications, and this automation sometimes it depends on the data sources. So how the automations depends on the data sources, you'll come to know. How these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, we'll discuss in detail, right? Fine. Now let's start discussing about implementing this 4-step business applications process, guys. Let's start with front end first. So front end applications means what? As we know that apps, websites, and then what? Chatbots. These 3 comes under the front end, right? Okay. Now try to understand. Now let's take an example, guys. To understand this concept, to understand this 4-step business application process in a better way, to understand this concept in a better way, let's take an example, guys. Let's take an example of, we are trying to implement this business applications process for any one company, guys. We are going to implement this business applications process for any one of the company. Either you can take Amazon, ICICI, Swiggy, any company. So to understand the concept in a better way, let's take an example of Swiggy company. So I'm going to implement the business applications process for which company now? Swiggy company. Let us assume you are implementing the business applications process for the Swiggy company, guys. Right? Now, Swiggy company is doing what business? Swiggy company is doing what business? They're doing some food business. Fine. Okay. Keep in mind these 2 points. We are implementing this business applications process for Swiggy. Swiggy is doing some food business. Now, Swiggy company is ready with front end. Swiggy company is ready with what? Front end. Now, if the company is ready with front end applications, then slowly they can start doing the business, guys. Slowly they can start doing the business. Now, as Swiggy company is selling some food items to the customers. So let's say I'm the customer. I'm the customer. Now I want to buy some food items from the Swiggy. I want to buy some food item from Swiggy. If you want to buy some food item from the Swiggy, what we need to do as a customer? First of all, we need to go and download and install what? Swiggy app. First, we need to go and download and install the Swiggy app in your mobile phones, right? Now, once after downloading and installing the Swiggy app in the mobile phones, next what we need to do? We are going to place an order. As a customer, first we need to download and install the Swiggy app in your mobile phones. And then after, we are going to place an order. Now, once the order is placed, in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, it will take hardly 30 minutes to 1 hour, guys. Swiggy company will go and deliver that food item to the customer. Correct? Right. This is what we know as a customer. As a customer, we know that we are placing an order. Once the order is placed, in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, Swiggy company will go and deliver that food item to us. This is what we know as a customer. But try to understand, yes. But you are going to work as a Power Platform developer, right? You are going to work as a Power Platform developer, right? Now, as a Power Platform developer, we need to understand one point here, guys. What we need to understand here is whenever the customer places an order in the app, whenever the customer places an order in the app, what happens here is the customer is generating some business data for the Swiggy company. Let's say I'm the customer. If I place an order means I am generating some business data for Swiggy company. So what kind of business data the customers will generate for Swiggy whenever the customer places an order? Let me explain this. Whenever the customer places an order, I said that customers will generate some business data for the Swiggy company. Now, what kind of business data the customers will generate for the Swiggy company is? Let me give you an example here. So whenever I place an order, I'm the customer. If I place an order, I'm going to generate the orders related data, like what is the order ID. So whenever the customer places an order, for every order, they'll generate one unique ID, order ID, and then what is the sales of that order, sales price of that order, and then profits related data. By selling that food item, what the profit the Swiggy will get what data? Profits related data. And also they'll have what food items related data. That means which food item the customer is placing an order. And also they'll have what restaurants related data. So we are what is the restaurant? Which restaurant the customer is selecting to prepare the food item? Restaurants related data. And also they'll have we are going to generate what? Customers related data. Like who is the customer placing an order? What's the customer name, customer mobile number, customer email ID, customer delivery address, what's the payment method? So like this, we are going to generate lot of information here. We are going to generate some business data for Swiggy company. So whenever the try to understand, guys. I said that whenever the customer places an order in the app, now what the customer is doing means customer is generating some business data for the Swiggy company. Like this kind of business data they'll generate. Now, whatever the business data the customers are generating, business data means orders data. Let's take, if I place an order, that is my orders data. Orders data will call it as business data. So we come to know that the customer placed an order means he is generating some business data. Now, where that business data is going to be stored, where this information or data will be stored. Keep in mind, guys. So whenever the customer places an order, the complete details of that order, will comes into where? Data sources. Once the customer places an order, the complete details of that order will comes into the data sources like order ID, sales, profit, item, restaurant, customer details. All the details of that order will comes into the data sources. Now we come to know whenever the customer places an order, that orders data comes into data sources. Now what the data sources will contain? Orders data. So orders data will call it as what? Business data. We'll call it as what? Business data. Now, in which format the companies will store the business data in the data sources? Companies will store the business data in the data sources in which format, guys? Tabular format. Most of the times, companies will store the business data in the data sources in the tabular format. Keep in mind, right? We understand two steps here. One is front end. whenever the customer places an order in the app, the complete details of that order comes into their data sources. In the data sources, companies will store the business data in which format? Tabular format. Fine. Okay. And now the third point we need to understand here, automations. Now automation is nothing but what? Automation is nothing but sending the automated emails to the customers, sending the automated text messages to the customers, and getting the auto approvals, automatically auto approvals. So all this comes under the automations, guys. Now, where the Swiggy company will go into the automations? Where the Swiggy company will go to the automations? Now, if you let me give an example, guys. Now, if you observe, whenever we place an order in the app, whenever we place an order in the Swiggy, so once the order is placed, immediately within the fraction of seconds, guys, there is no delay. Immediately within the fraction of seconds, hardly it will take 4 to 5 seconds. So within the fraction of seconds, Swiggy company will send one email to you, confirmation mail. What is the mail subject? Your order is placed successfully. Thanks for placing the order. And in the body of that email, you can see the food item, which food item you placed the order, and some details of that food item. Now, whatever the mails you are receiving from the Swiggy company, once the order is placed, do you think that those mails are sent by the humans? Someone can respond, online people. Do we think that those mails are sent by the humans? Yes or no?
No, no.
No, correct. So whatever the mails we are receiving, once the order is placed, those mails are not sent by the humans, guys. Those are automated mails. Those are system generated mails. Now, why the Swiggy company is sending the email to the customers automatically with the help of systems? Why they are not using the humans to send that email? Because there are two reasons, guys. What are those two reasons? Let me explain those two reasons now. So the first point here. So how many customers will place the orders in the Swiggy app just for one day? Let's take an average number, guys. Let's take in India, in major cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata. Let's take some major cities. In all these major cities, just for one day, on an average, how many customers will place the orders? Let's take some number, guys. Let's take an average number of 50,000 customers are placing the orders. Let's take a number. 50,000 customers are placing the orders. Now, whenever the customer places an order, for all the 50,000 customers, once the customer places an order, for that customer, Swiggy company need to send one email or not? Yes or no? For all the 50,000 customers, they need to send one email or not?
Yes.
Yes, they need to send. Not only sending an email to the customer. So once the order is placed, not only sending an email to the customer, they need to send one email to the restaurant also. So and so food item you need to prepare. They need to send one email to the restaurant also, right? So now totally how many mails? 50,000 mails for the customers, 50,000 mails for the restaurants. So totally how many mails? 1 lakh. 1 lakh mails. Now it is possible to send the 1 lakh mails per day with the help of humans. Humans can send the 1 lakh mails per day. Yes or no?
No.
No. So it is not possible, guys. Sending the 1 lakh mails per day with the help of humans, it is not easy task. Okay, let us assume that you are hiring the thousands of employees. You are hiring around 20,000 to 30,000 employees to send those mails. Okay, fine. You are hiring employees. Fine. Okay, good. Now, one more point here. When the Swiggy company will send the email to you? Whenever the order is placed, immediately. How much time it will take to send the email?
Yeah, around
Seconds.
below 5 seconds.
Fraction of seconds. Hardly it will take 4 to 5 seconds, guys, not more than that. So now, once the customer places an order, immediately within the fraction of seconds, I want to send that email to that customer. Now, within 4 to 5 seconds, humans can able to understand what is the order the customer is placed. Humans can understand what is the order customer is placed, what is the order ID, what is the food item, what is the amount, what's the profit, what's the discount, who is the customer placing an order. Humans can understand that orders data in 4 to 5 seconds. and humans can compose that mail in 4 to 5 seconds by understanding the orders data? Yes or no?
No, not possible.
No, correct, not possible. So even though if you are hiring some thousands of employees, you are not able to send the email in fraction of seconds. So it is not easy to do this work case. So every company will have some repeated work process. Every company will have what? Some repeated work process. So let's take an example of this is the repeated work process for Swiggy company. If you want to do this work with the help of humans, no, it is not possible. So instead of using the humans here to do this kind of work, to do this repeated work process, companies are using what? Systems. They're using some systems to do the same work. So if the companies are doing some work with the help of systems, then we'll call it as what? Automations. If you are doing some work, if we are doing some work with the help of systems, then we'll call it as automations case. So when the Swiggy company will send an email means whenever the customer placed an order in the app, we know that immediately that orders data comes into where? Data sources. There is no delay case. Fraction of seconds, the orders data comes into data sources. It will take hardly 1 second. Now, whenever the data comes into the data sources, immediately by taking that data as a reference, which order the customer is placed, by taking that orders data as a reference, here the Swiggy company will go and send one automated email to the student. When the Swiggy company will send an email, once the customer placed an order, if that data comes into the data sources, immediately by taking that data as a reference, they'll go and send one automated email to the customer. So this is how and where the Swiggy company will go into the automations, and what's the reasons the companies are using doing some automations nowadays. And next, one more step. Finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Data analysis means what? Data analysis means showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. So now see, if you want to show that data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports, first of all, we need to have what? Data. If you want to show the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports, first we need to have the data. Now, where the companies will store the data? Yes, where the companies will store the data? Please respond.
In their data servers.
Data sources, correct. Companies will store the data in the data sources. In which format the companies will store the data in the data sources?
Tables.
Both
Tables.
columns.
Correct. Correct. As we know that companies will store the data in the data sources in the tabular format. So if you have that data in the tables, it is not easy to analyze that, I guess. It is not possible to analyze the data if the data is there in the tabular format. So to analyze the data which is there in the tables, which is there in this table, I'm going to convert this data, whatever the data is there in the table, I'm going to show that data in which format now? I'm going to show that data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Once if I show the data in the form of visuals or reports, by taking these visuals or reports as a reference, companies will do what? Companies will go and analyze their business data. Companies will do what? They'll analyze the business. Analyzing the business data, we'll call it as data analysis. If you are analyzing your business data, that means you are doing what? You are doing the data analysis. Fine. So to do the data analysis, that means if you want to get the visuals or reports, must and should we need to have the data sources. Without having the data sources, you are not able to do the data analysis. And now let me give an example here, guys. What is meant by reporting or visuals? Let us say, Amazon company, they're asking us to get one sales report. Let's take an example. Amazon is asking us to get what report? One sales report. Now, in that sales report, Amazon company, in that sales report, first they're asking me to show product-wise sales. So to show the product-wise what's the sales they're doing, I'm taking one column chart. Now in this column chart, I'll go and show product-wise what's the sales they're doing. Let me create one column chart here. And let me show the product-wise what is the sales. Let me show what? Product-wise, what is the sales they're doing. Now by seeing this visual, they can understand product-wise what the sales they're doing. Let's say I'm creating one simple visual case. Product-wise, what is the sales? So by seeing this visual, they can understand which product is doing the highest sales and which product is doing less sales. And next, they're asking me to show the profit, product-wise profit. To show the profits data, I'll go and take one bar chart. So in this bar chart, I'll go and show product-wise what's the profits they're getting. To show the profits data, bar chart is the best visual. To show the profits related data, bar chart is the best visual. Let me go and get one bar chart here. Right. Now I'm going to take the products in the y-axis, and I'm going to take the profits in the x-axis. Now by seeing this visual, I can understand which product is doing the highest profits and which product is doing the less profits. If you see, there is one product where they are getting some negative profits, guys. So by seeing this visual, immediately what the company will do, they'll go and stop selling this product, right? And next, they're asking me to show the month-wise sales. They're asking me to create one more visual to show the month-wise sales. To show the month-wise sales, I'm going to take one line chart here. I'll go and take which visual? One line chart. Now in this line chart, I'll go and show in which months they are doing more business, guys, right? So now I'm going to take the month in the x-axis, and I'm going to take sales in the y-axis. Now by seeing this visual, they can understand in which months they are doing more business, in which months they are doing the less business, right? And next, they're asking me to show the region-wise sales. As Amazon is doing the business in multiple regions, they're asking me to show the region-wise sales. So let me go and get one pie chart. Now in this pie chart, I'll go and show region-wise what the sales they're doing. I'll go and show what region-wise what the sales. Let me go and create one pie chart here where we can show what region-wise what the sales. Now by seeing this visual, they can understand which region is doing the highest sales, which region is doing what less sales. And also next, they're asking me to show the category-wise sales. As Amazon is selling the different categories of products like home appliance, furniture, electronics, fashion. So they're asking me to show category-wise what the sales they're doing. So to show the category-wise what the sales they're doing, I'm going to take one donut chart. I'll go and take which visual? One donut chart. Now in this donut chart, I'll go and show category-wise what the sales they're doing. Which category is doing what sales? Category-wise, what is the sales they're doing? Now, by seeing this visual, they can understand which category is doing the highest sales and which category is doing the less sales. And next, they're asking me to show the total sales, what the total sales they're doing. Let me go and take one quad visual. 10 million is the total sales. Next, they're asking me to show the total profits. Let's take their getting the 2 million is the profits. So like this, they're asking me to create one report, guys. Now, if you observe here, now if you want to generate this kind of report, if you want to create this kind of report, must and should we need to have what? Data. Must and should we need to have the data. As we know that where the companies will store the data, in the data sources. In the data sources, companies will store the data in which format? Tabular format. Now, whatever the data is there in the tabular format, I'm showing that data in which format now? Visuals or report format. By taking that visuals or reports, what the companies will do? By seeing that visuals or reports, companies will do what? They'll go and analyze their business data. Analyzing the business data will call it as what? Data analysis. Analyzing the business data will call it as what? Data analysis. So this is what's meant by data analysis, guys, right? So now we understand what is this 4-step business applications process. And also we understand how these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, right? Let me mention those points here, guys. Whatever I discuss is still now, let me keep those points here. I said that front-end applications is nothing but what? Front-end applications is nothing but creating the apps, websites, chatbots. These 3 will come under where? These 3 will come under the front-end applications. And next, the next one is what? Data sources. I said that data sources is nothing but what? The place where the companies will store their business data. Let me keep here. It place where the companies will store their business data is known as data sources. The place where the companies will store their business data will called as data sources. And next, automations. Now, what's meant by automations? Automation is nothing but doing certain repeated work automatically without any human interactions. So if you're doing some work without, if you're doing some repeated work without any human interactions, then we'll call it as automation. And finally, data analysis. I said that data analysis means what? Data analysis means it is one process, guys. The process of converting the business data into actionable information. Why I'm calling it as an actionable information means, so what is meant by actionable information? First of all, visuals and reports are called as actionable information. Now, why I'm calling this visuals or reports as an actionable information means because by seeing these visuals or reports, companies will take some actions. That's why I'm calling it as an actionable information. So this is what is meant this 4-step business applications process, right? So now, next my requirement, I want to go and implement this business applications process using which software? Power Platform. I want to go and implement this business applications process with the help of Power Platform. Now, how to implement the business applications process with the help of Power Platform? Let me go and discuss that point here, guys. So first, let me go and keep here. First point, what is Power Platform? So we come to know Power, as we understand already, Power Platform is used for what? Power Platform, Microsoft Power Platform is used to implement the business applications process of an organization. Microsoft Power Platform is used to implement business applications process of the organizations. Now, how to implement? How to implement this 4-step business applications process with the help of Power Platform? Let me discuss, guys. Let me go and keep here how to implement this business applications process using Power Platform, right? So before going to understand how to implement this business applications process using Power Platform, let me go and discuss about the Power Platform architecture first. Let me go and discuss about what? Power Platform architecture. So as we know that what is the architecture of Power Platform? This is what the architecture of Power Platform architecture. Now from here, first point we need to understand about what? First point, as we know that Power Platform is used to implement what, case? It is used to implement the 4-step business applications process is the first point we need to understand. And second point we need to understand here, keep in mind, Power Platform, it is not a single software, guys. Power Platform is not a single software. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. That means in the Power Platform, there are different softwares. What are the different softwares we'll have and what is the functionality of them? You'll come to know. But now keep in mind these 2 points, guys. Power Platform is used to implement the business applications process. So now in this 4-step business application process, first we need to start with what? Front end. So now in order to go and implement the front end applications, what are the different softwares we'll have? We have the different softwares here. One is Power Apps. Second one is Power Pages. Third one is what? Power Virtual Agent. These are 3 softwares we'll have to implement the front end applications. Next step 2 is what? Data sources. Now, this is step 2. Step 2 is data sources, the place where the companies will store their business data. Now, if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, then go and use Dataverse. What is this Dataverse means? Dataverse is an inbuilt data storage software in the Power Platform. Yes. If you want to store your business data within the Power Platform, go and use Dataverse. Not only Dataverse, this Power Platform will support to store the data either in the SQL Server, SharePoint, Oracle, MySQL, Excel, CSV, SAP HANA, Dynamic 365. So it will support almost all the data sources, guys, not one or two data sources. Power Platform will support almost all the data sources. It will support more than 1,000 plus data sources will be there, right? But what is the inbuilt data storage software is Dataverse. Next, once after implementing the data sources, next third step is what? Automations. Now to do the automations, we'll have one software. What's that software? Power Automate. So this is the third step. And next, finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Now to perform the data analysis, we'll have which software? Microsoft Power BI. So this is the fourth step. To do the data analysis, we are using which software? Power BI software. Power BI is used for what? To show that data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. So these are the collection of softwares in the Power Platform. So keep in mind, Power Platform is not a single software. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. Now, with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, we are able to implement the four-step business applications process. So first, let me go on keep here. As we understand, Power Platform is not a single software. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. Now, what are the different softwares we'll have on the Power Platform? Let me list out all. The first one is, I'm going to keep here Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages. Fifth one is Power Virtual Agent. The sixth one is Dataverse. So these are the different softwares we'll have. Now, let me go and discuss about, with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, how to go and implement this four-step business applications process. Let me start implementing this. So first I want to start with front end. In the front end, first I want to go and create apps. Now, if you want to create the apps, go and use which software? Power Apps software. So to create the apps, we'll go and use what? Power Apps. So what is the use of Power Apps is? Power Apps is used to create the apps or the forms within the Power Platform. Within the Power Platform, if you want to create the apps or the forms, then go and use what? Power Apps. Right. And next one is I want to create the websites. To create the websites, go and use which software? Power Pages. So what is Power Pages means? Power Pages is used to create the secured websites. So instead of calling it as websites, in Power Platform terminology, we'll call it as web pages, guys. So if you want to create the websites or web pages for your business, go and use what? Power Pages. And next, chartboards. To create the chartboards, go and use which software? Power Virtual Agent. So what is Power Virtual Agent? Power Virtual Agent is used to create the chartboards, guys. Let me mention that point here. Power Virtual Agent, it is used to create AI chartboards. Power Virtual Agent is used to create AI chartboards. So what is chartboards means? What is chartboards is? Chartboards are just like the customer support guys. Chartboards are just like what? Customer support, where they will provide some information to the users. So nowadays, top MNC companies, all the top MNC companies, like let's take Amazon, Flipkart, eBay. Let's take in Amazon or Flipkart. If you see in the Amazon app or in the Flipkart app, in the bottom, there is an option called Chat with Us. That Chat with Us is called as one chatbot. So if you have any questions, let's say if you place an order, with that order you have some questions, you have some issues with that order. So now directly you are not able to call to the support team. So first, what Amazon or Flipkart is doing, they will try to answer your questions through chat box. So whatever the questions you'll have, you can keep your questions in the chat box in the app. Once after keeping a question in the chat box, you'll get some replies based on the question you are asking. Do you think that whatever the replies you are getting, those replies are sent by the humans? No, those are not sent by the humans, guys. Those are automated. So whenever if you keep any question in the chat box, system can understand what order you placed. System can understand what the question you are asking. By understanding the orders data, by understanding the question you are asking, system itself will give some replies to you. So if your issue is not resolved through chat box, then you can ask the chatbot, you can request the chatbot to arrange a call with the front office. So to arrange a call with the support team. So then you will get a call from the support team. So to create that type of chatbots, we'll go and use which software here? Power Virtual Agent, right? So now one software done with the front end. Next one is what? Data sources. I said that what is the inbuilt data storage software in the Power Platform? Dataverse. Now, what is Dataverse? Let me keep here. Dataverse is a database software which is used to store the business data within the Power Platform. So if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, then go and use Dataverse. So not only Dataverse, you can even use the SQL, SharePoint, Excel, MySQL, almost all. Power Platform will supposed to store the data in almost all the data sources. And next, automations. Now, to do the automations, go and use which software? Power Automate. So now what is the use of Power Automate? Let me go and keep here. Power Automate is used to, what is Power Automate? Let me keep here. Power Automate is used to automate the repeated, or let me keep it in this way. Power Automate is an automation software. Let me keep it in this way. Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate the repeated work process. So as I said that every company, every organization will have some repeated work process. So now my requirement, I want to go and automate that repeated work process. To automate the repeated work process, we need to have an automation software. What that software I'm using here? Power Automate. So Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate what? Repeated work process. Fine. And next, finally, data analysis. Now to perform the data analysis, go and use which software? Power BI. So what is Power BI? Power BI is a data analytics software. Power BI is what software? Power BI is a data analytics software which is used to analyze the business data. So if you want to analyze your business data, go and use which software? Power BI. Power BI is what? Power BI is a data analytics software. We can call it as data analytics or we can call it as data analysis. Both are same. Anyone is fine, guys. So Power BI is a data analytics software which is used for what? Analyze the business data. So where the companies will store the business data? In the data sources. So whatever the data is there in the data sources, to analyze that data, we'll use Power BI, right? So now, with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, I'm able to implement this business applications process or not? Yes, with the help of this collection of softwares, in the Power Platform, I'm able to implement this business applications, right? So now one more point, whatever the 6 softwares I mentioned here, the same points I mentioned in the beginning of the class, guys. If you observe, in the beginning of the session, I said that what we can do with the help of Power Platform. In the Power Platform, I said that you can create the apps, you can do the automations, you can create the websites, you can store the data, you can do the data analysis, also you can create the chatbots. What are the 6 components I mentioned here? The same I'm mentioning here also or not? Yes. So this is all about a complete introduction to Microsoft Power Platform, right? So now I done with the session. I'll take the questions now. Before going to take the questions, make a note. Give me some couple of minutes of time. The session is done. I'll take the questions now. Before going to take the questions, please make a note, guys. Make a note. So let me go and copy something from here. So it will take some time to write everything. So let me go and copy something from here. Let me copy from here to here. Just go and copy from here to here. Just copy it. And then paste it here. Now try to understand, guys. Make a note. Fine. So today I've given some introduction. Consider that it is a demo session, guys. Consider that it is a demo introduction to Power Platform. So when we'll start the new batch? So coming to the new batch will start from 11th of September. That means in the next week, the next Thursday, coming Thursday. So new batch will start from 11th of September. 11th of September. So what's the batch timing? Morning 9 to 10 a.m. As today is the demo, I'm taking for 11 o'clock. But from Thursday onwards, every day the class will start at morning 9 a.m. We'll wind up the class by 10 a.m. guys. So this is the batch start date. New batch will start from 11th of September, Thursday, coming Thursday. And batch timings is morning 9 to 10 a.m. And now, next important point, coming 2 more classes are free, guys. So you have the access to attend the 3 free classes. You don't want to pay any registration amount also to us, guys. There is no need to pay any registration amount. So you have the 3 free classes. So you have the access to attend 3 free classes. Today is the first class. So coming 2 more classes are free. That is on 11th and 12th of September, it is free of cost. So what I will discuss there, guys, in the coming 2 more free classes, what I'll discuss? Practicals. So practically at a high level, how Power Platform softwares will work, I'll discuss there. So in today's class, every point I discuss theoretically, guys. I haven't shown you even one point practical. Every point I discuss in today's class is theoreticals. So whatever I discuss in today's class theoretically, every point I'll show you practically in the next coming 2 to 3 classes, guys. In the next coming 2 to 3 classes, we'll understand how to go and create an app in the Power Apps. We'll discuss practically how to create an app. And then from once after creating the app from Power Apps, how to submit the data to the data sources. And by taking the data as a reference, how to do the automations. And also by taking the data as a reference, how to go and do the data analysis. So this 4-step process, practically I will show you. So practically at a high level, we'll understand the 4-step business applications process, guys. So as I'm going to discuss some practicals here, so you people please don't miss them, guys, as it is free of cost. So try to attend those coming 2 more free classes where we'll understand some practical knowledge, right? Fine. So once after completion of the 3 free classes, then you can decide whether you want to continue or it is up to you. If you are able to understand what I'm teaching, you can continue, right? Fine. So once after this, one more point. Once after completion of the class, you will get one mail. I will share one email with you, right? In that mail, what you will get? You will get today's class notepad. I will share this class notes, complete notes. I will share it with you. So once after getting the class, along with the notes, you'll get what? Recorded video. I will share today's class video with you guys. Along with the class video, I will share what? Course content. I think all of you received the curriculum. If not, I will share it again. So this is the course content. I will share this course content with you. So clearly I listed here what the topics we are going to discuss in the upcoming sessions, guys. So clearly I listed what the topics we are going to discuss in our upcoming classes. So you please go and walk through this content once. You please go and walk through it once so that you'll come to know what we'll be discussing in the coming sessions, right? So I'll share the course curriculum with you. And next, how many months the course duration? Course duration is 2 months, guys. 2 months is the course duration, daily 1 hour class, Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, mostly we don't have the classes. 2 months is the course duration. Okay, within 2 months, we'll complete the course, guys. There is no doubt in that. Within 2 months, we'll complete the course. But there are some students, those who are not able to continue the classes. They'll attend some few classes, and due to some personal reasons, they'll stop attending the classes, right? So for all those, not only for those students, for all the students, those who got registered, for you people, even though we'll complete the course in 2 months, if you missed any classes, or if you want to attend the class again, or if you want to listen any class one more time, so you have the access to attend the live classes for how many months? Live classes access is for 6 months, guys. 6 months you have the live access from the date of joining. That means, let's say if you join for today, from today onwards, how many months you have the access to attend the live classes? 6 months. Within 6 months, it is up to you whether you can attend only one batch or multiple batches, different time slots. There is no limitation, guys. You have that flexibility. Within 6 months, you can attend the classes anywhere. But make sure within 6 months, you need to complete attending the live classes. But after 6 months, you don't have the access to attend the live classes, right? Fine. So now I said that 2 months is the course duration. Now within 2 months, what we'll cover? What I am going to discuss in these 2 months. Now in these 2 months, we'll discuss about Power Apps. Power Apps we'll discuss from basics to advanced. We'll discuss from the scratch to expert level. And the Power Automate is also same. We'll discuss Power Automate from the basics to advanced. And we'll discuss some database concepts, few concepts about the basics of SharePoint and also Dataverse. So these are the softwares we'll be discussing in these 2 months. We'll deep dive to Power Apps and Power Automate and some basics of SharePoint and also Dataverse concepts will cover, right? So these are the softwares I'll be discussing in these 2 months of course. And next, coming to the registered students, people, those who got registered with us, you people, daily you will get the class notes. Every class notepad I will share. Most importantly, all recordings. Every class recording you will get. How many months you have the access for the recordings? 2 years. 2 years we have the access for the recordings, guys, from the date of joining, right? And next, I'll share the interview question answers with you, resumes with you, and also projects, which projects we need to keep it in your resumes, and also we'll connect the mock interviews. These are the things you'll get, people, those who got registered with us. And next, coming to the job opportunities, most commonly asking question, guys. Sir, as we have the 6 softwares in the Power Platform, so you need to learn all the 6 softwares to get the job? We need to learn all the 6 softwares to get the job? No, it is not required, guys. So there are different job opportunities we'll have. Different combination of jobs is there. So one combination is what? Power Apps and Power Automate. Power Apps and Power Automate will have the jobs. So people, those who can apply for these jobs means people, those who already working in SharePoint. People, those who already working in the SharePoint. You just go with Power Apps and Power Automate, guys. It is enough. And also people, those who are working already in D365. You people also just go with Power Apps and Power Automate is enough. And people, those who are working in Power BI, people, those who are already in Power BI, you just go with Power Apps and Power Automate. Those are enough. And people, those who are working in .NET people will come. .NET people will come. And also people, those who are working in Java, all these people, those who are working in these domains, you just go with Power Apps and Power Automate. It is enough for you. But people, those who are very new, along with Power Apps and Power Automate, you need to have any database knowledge, either SharePoint, SQL, Oracle, any database knowledge. I will prefer to go with SharePoint. Along with these two, better to have the SharePoint knowledge, guys, to get the job, right? And next, there is another combination, Power BI plus SQL. So this combination also will have the jobs. Power BI plus SQL Server will have the jobs. And next, another combination is what? Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, SQL, and SharePoint Basics. With this combination also, we'll have the job opportunities. As there are the different job opportunities with this combination, Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint, and also the Power BI plus SQL. These two combinations will have the job openings in the market nowadays. So as we have the job openings for these two combinations, So what we are doing here is in our institute, we are providing those two courses, guys, those combination of courses. So one course is Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint Basics, and Dataverse. So this is one combination of course. With this skills, you can get the job. So who will teach you this course? Myself, Venki. I'm the trainer who will teach you this combination of courses, guys. For how many months? 2 months. So it is a separate course. It is one course which will be for 2 months. I'm the trainer who will teach you. I said that another combination is what? Power BI and SQL. So this combination will have the jobs. So here, who will teach you Power BI? I'm not the trainer who will teach you Power BI, guys. So this complete combination will be taken by the two trainers. So here I will teach you this complete course, but here in this combination, Power BI will be taken by whom? Sunil Kumar. Sunil Kumar is the trainer who will teach you Power BI for 2 months. And here SQL, who will teach you the SQL again? Myself, I'll Venki, who will teach you the SQL for 1 month. So it is up to you guys. Either you can opt this course or you can opt this course, right? So if you are looking for both, you can just reach out to my front office team. My front office team will give some clear information about these two courses. Right. And one more, we have the WhatsApp community. We have the WhatsApp community for Power Platform training, guys. So if you have, not if you have, so if there is any update regarding the Power Platform training, I'll post all those updates in this group, in this community, guys. Not a group, community. So I think all of you join in that community. People who haven't joined in the community, you can join in that community, guys. I shared that community link in the chat box. You can use that link to join the community where you can get the latest updates regarding the Power Platform training. And also, if you have any questions regarding the batch timings and fees details, you can just reach out to my front office team. I will provide the front office team details also in the chat box. You just go and reach out to them, guys. And one more, once if you people got registered with us for practice, I will share the credentials, guys. If you want, this credentials is included in the same fee. There is no extra cost. So actually, if you want to purchase these licenses from Microsoft, per month it will be around more than 2,000 to 3,000, guys. So you don't want to pay any extra amount for us for this, not 2 to 3. I think it will be around more than 6,000 to 7,000, I think. So it depends. It depends on the what type of license you are taking. So here it is. We are not going to charge anything here. There is no additional charges for this. So we'll share the credentials for you for your practice purpose. These credentials will be accessible for you for 6 months. You can use these credentials for 6 months for your practice purpose, right? Now we'll go to the questions, guys. Now, most commonly asking question from the students: is there any prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate or complete Power Platform? Is there any prerequisite to learn? The answer is no. Strictly, the answer is no. No prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate or complete Power Platform. Why? Because why there is no prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate means because here in the Power Platform, most of the work will be done with the help of GUI options. 60 to 70% of work, 60 to 70% of work will be done with the help of GUI options. GUI means drag and drop. And remaining 30 to 40% of work, will be done by using some functions. So how will have the functions in the Excel? I think most of you people are familiar with the Excel. How will have some functions in the Excel like filter function, lookup function, sum function, aggregate functions, ranking functions. So same type of functions we'll have in complete Power Platform. So we need to just make use of those functions. If you have the knowledge when to go and use what, that is enough. So here we don't write any coding, guys. You don't require any prior coding skills like C, Java, Python, .NET. No, not required. So anyone can learn this course. People, those who are working in non-IT, people, those who are coming from non-technical background or non-IT background, or people, those who are working in different domains, people, those who have the career gap, and even freshers. So if you want to switch your career into the IT, then this is the best platform, guys. Power Platform is the best skill for all these people where you can get the job as soon as possible. Because Here you don't require much coding skills, guys. 60 to 70% of work will be done with you with the help of GUI. Remaining around 30 to 40% of work will be done by using some functions. Simple functions will be there, right? So that's the reason there is no prerequisite to learn. So anyone can learn this course to get the job, right? Fine. Now we'll go with the questions. I'll take the questions from your end. Now, if you have any questions, now you can please unmute and go ahead. So online people, if you have any questions, now please raise your hands. I'll talk to you one-on-one.